Hey, everybody, welcome to the For the Love podcast. I'm Jen Hatmaker, your happy little host. This is actually an interview that comes straight out of the Jen Hatmaker book club, which we get every month with our author. And then we drop it in over on the big channel too, because just my listening community are readers by and large. And so it's always so fun to put these amazing books and authors in front of you. And so we have this ongoing book episode once a month at least. And so you're gonna love today's. I did. God, let me look at, like, we went so long. We talked way past our allotted time, and I barely even got to the questions I was going to ask. It was that kind of conversation that was just zippy and zingy and taking on a life of its own. And I told her at the end, I'm like, I feel like I've known you forever. Like that we are just friends who got on the phone just now to talk. Like we just had a phone call conversation and now you're going to hear it. Delightful. So let me tell you about my guest today. I've got Catherine Newman, and she has written a book that feels like somehow it crawled inside my brain and heart and family and life, and ended up on the bestseller list. It's called Sandwich, which is the perfect title because it is about that in-between season when you are the sandwich generation. So you're between your like grown, like young adult kids who need you in a specific way. And then also your parents who are getting older, who also now need you in a specific way. And your body is changing and you are in midlife. And I mean, what am I trying to explain to you? That's like literally our stories right now for everyone who's kind of in my demo, which is most of y'all. And so, Catherine writes this novel in a way that is so funny. Like she's very, very, very funny. And you'll see that in just a second. But it's honest. It is tender. It's soulful. Like there is a reason. And I told her this. I cannot count how many people told me last year to read it. Cannot count. Jen, have you read Sandwich? You should read Sandwich. This is all the stuff you're talking about is in this novel. Like this, you're going to love her. You're going to love it. You're going to love this family. And so finally, when the last straw was Sarah Bessie, who put it on our shared book list in our friend group and just went, everyone needs to read this. I went, fine. You know, when Sarah Bessie says it, just what are you going to do? Disobey? You're not. So I read it and loved it. Texted my book club crew and said, this is a book that we need to have. So thus, we are thrilled to have Catherine here today. I enjoyed this conversation so very much. You will too. And we talk about aging and bodies and children and parenting and our own parents and writing. It's just all in here. This was a really fun conversation that the hour evaporated. So I hope you enjoy it even half as much as I did. And so let me welcome the absolutely lovely Catherine Newman. Okay, Catherine, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jen. I just read your book.
Oh my gosh, you did?
Yes.
Wow.
I am ready to talk about it. I assume that's what we're doing here.
Sure.
I know that's not the plan, but I'm all in.
I invite people to my show to talk about myself.
I thought
yes.
got the vibe that was the whole thing.
It's a different kind of business model. We're beta testing it. We'll see how it goes. Oh, okay. Well then, gosh, we just practically know each other then. I'm so delighted to know that. I just honestly could not wait to meet you because I swear to God, I wish that I just had one American dollar bill for every person who told me to read Sandwich.
Oh.
I would quit. We wouldn't have this show. What me and you would be doing was just having lunch. So many people are like, oh, Jen, this is completely in your wheelhouse, in tone, in content, in humor, in family, in grown kids. I mean, it was weird. I'm sure you're getting this a lot from women our age. We're the same age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 50.
I'm a little older than you, I think.
Consider this the same. There's a
Okay.
there's a 15-year age range right now that I say we're all the same age.
Yes.
Yeah. I turn 51 tomorrow. So
Okay, I'm 56.
Yeah. So we're same. Where these are the conversations that we're having, these are the parenting issues we are dealing with, because nobody necessarily told us in the little years about parenting the young adults. Do you know what I mean? We got the get them to 18 memo.
Totally. And everyone was like, oh, wait till they're teenagers. It's the worst, which A, is not true. And B, there's a lot more after that.
Oh my gosh, turns out you're still a parent after the age of 18.
Who knew?
I didn't. And then those are big things. They're big. They're consequential. It's not like the science fair project. So,
right? And it's like a little harder because it's so delicate.
Oh God, it's so delicate.
Right? Like they're little and you're like, get your feet off the table.
That's right.
Or whatever. You can't eat with your bare foot.
That's right.
It's like, it's very clear what your role is. And now, A, that's never your role. And even if they explicitly need your help, you have to put your help in the open palm of your hand and turn away.
That's right.
While they skitter out and grab it. Oh my
God, I'm laughing so hard. It is really that fragile. And they are not always the same human person standing in front of you. Sometimes they're like, Mom, I'm an adult. And I'm like, got it. And other times they're like,
sorry.
Literally make my decisions for me. Like, I need you to be a mother. I'm like, oh God. Okay. It's that one today. We're this you today. Okay.
Yes. Which is, honestly, when you said that, I just pictured the 2-year-old running into your open arms, running out, running back into your open arms, running out like that
Totally.
way. And you're just there with your arms open
Totally.
in case someone runs into them.
That's really what it is. That's really what it is. I'm always telling the women in my community, because I'm with you. I have been long on the record that I think, for the most part, except when they're not, teenagers are fun. And young adults are fun. I mean, they pay their cell phone, bill with their own money.
Or they don't.
Okay, right. That is so
just
correct.
Thank
you.
There.
Thank you for fact checking me there, because yes.
Both things.
You're right.
Both things. I have one
so
of
right.
each.
How old are yours? How old are your kids?
I have a 25-year-old and a 22-year-old.
Yeah, we're
and
the
yours
same.
are all in the
Yeah. I'm up to 20. I just have so many. So my range is so broad, but it's nestled in yours. I'm 27 to 19. Yeah.
Okay. Same. Yeah. It's the best.
Oh my gosh.
And it's it takes so much attention so you don't totally biff it.
I know. It's so true. Because this is the phase of life where we are actually doing the release part of parenting. We've been doing it, but we don't want to fumble this handoff. This is the part where they're prepared to pile up resentment should they need to. So we want to get the 20s right. Because then they are solidly later into full autonomy and independence. And that's a different story, I guess. I don't really know.
We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're guessing.
I'm guessing at it.
We don't know. We'll talk again in 10 years.
Thank you.
And see how it goes. I just, I don't know if you have this or if you have too many kids to track all their petty grievances.
I do.
I was just literally out for ice cream with my kids and my husband. And my son did not get the ice cream he ordered. This is the minutia I'm living in. And I was like, oh, here, give it to me. I'll take it up and get the thing you wanted.
Yeah.
And he was like, I could do that if that's what I wanted to do. But what I want to do is eat the one they gave me.
Okay.
And he said it in that way
Yeah.
where you're like, noted.
Mm-hmm.
And I see how this is an arrow pointing at all of the ways I'm annoying. That it's not
Right.
this. It's
Right.
like, give me a little space to manage my life the way I want to manage it. And
That's right.
I don't think I'm super overbearing. Like, I don't talk to them all the time, whatever. But I could feel the feeling of it.
Yes. Oh my God. That is so familiar. I can
Right?
feel the exact moment they catch an edge from me and their body language. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
I see.
All right.
Yeah,
Back
backing
away.
slowly away. Totally right.
yeah.
And I have a new novel coming out in the fall, and so I'm at that weird moment, which will end where I'm actually reading Goodreads reviews because there aren't that many, and I'm like, are people gonna like it? Or they
Totally.
gonna read it? So far, a little each, and somebody just wrote literally today.
Oh gosh.
The way that Rocky is codependent with her kids just like makes me so depressed.
Oh jeez.
And I'm like, yeah, it's fiction, but
Jeez. She's pretend.
making a mental note to look into that.
Maybe next novel, send Rocky to therapy. All right. Appreciate that. Oh my God, that's so good because we are here to talk about books. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I just detoured us around parenting young adults for 10 minutes.
I think this is what we're talking about.
All right. Before we drill into Sandwich, which is so good, it deserves every bit of attention and delight and like a praise that it is receiving. It's like you've told our story, us girls right around here. And it's so nice to see on the page. Like,
Thanks, Jen.
and we love this family, of course. You know, you helped us love them so much, but we're going to get into it. But very quickly, I did hear, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, that this is going to be another point of connection for us, that you are pretty much the queen of comfort food. Is that right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also the queen of like a kale salad that makes you feel like you ate a bucket of sandpaper, but I'm kind of all over the map.
Okay, I like this. Let's just say that we were going to stay in the comfort zone, in the comfort category.
Yeah.
So like someone's coming over I am coming over for dinner, and you know that I love comfort food, and I'm not interested in the kale. That's not important. That's not going to impress me. It's going to be the butter, or it's going to be the like ooey goo. I don't know. What is it? What's your like go-to? You know what I mean? It's like the home run. I'm going to put this on the table. Everyone is delighted. Yeah.
Well, you're not going to like this.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the things that here's the thing. Here's the thing I am literally most famous for, and you're going to be appalled. The kids grew up eating it, and they were like, no. And now when they're coming home, they're like, will you make the bean feast? Here's what a bean feast is.
I already like the sound of it.
I cook a pressure-cooked pot of perfect pinto beans.
Delicious.
And I mean, absolutely, skins not burst, but beans perfectly tender.
Delicious.
Velvety, perfect. I put them on the table, and then there's cheese and olive oil and a billion kinds of pickled things and hot sauces and salsa and herbs and whatever, and everyone makes their own bowls. And it's called Bean Feast, and the kids have grown to become incredibly nostalgic and obsessed.
I am dying laughing that you think I would not like that. That sounds like end of life food there.
Okay, great. I mean, because like, honestly, if it were just up to me, the kids and I talk all the time, like, if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? And mine would be a perfect lobster roll. Like, I'm a total princess.
Oh, great. Love this.
But I don't cook like that. I cook cheap, nourishing food.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I've written a cookbook, and I'm writing a second one right now. And I have so many bean recipes in the repertoire that I'm like, I need a bean chapter, I think. I'm bordering on like bean overload, if there is such a thing.
The best food.
Yeah, thank you. I am a big fan. New York Times does this constant, like, they have discovered the bean skillet. And it has transformed me. I am a new person because of it. Like the bean skillet is genius. Cheese and it's all oozy. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And when the kids were little, who invented that dish. Okay, I didn't really. I think I saw it on maybe Smitten Kitchen or somebody. And we called it pizza beans.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yummy.
And when the kids are little enough that if you have the word pizza in it, they'll eat it. It's
a great
like
hack.
Pizza frisbee, and it's like a frisbee, and
totally.
whatever. Pizza beans.
That's so good. I'm going to look that up when we're done here.
It's just what you think.
Yeah, exactly.
Like tomato.
In a good way.
Blanket of mozzarella.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe some like pickled jalapenos. I could see it all I can feel it in my bones.
Pickled peppers are the main element of my cooking.
That's right.
Pickled pepperoncini and pickled jalapenos.
Me too. That's my whole personality. So,
Same.
In fact, I think on my Facebook page, it's like my teeny little bio is like, I write books and I've got 5 kids and I think pickles are a food group. Like that's how I feel about pickled products.
Okay.
That's great. I'm so delighted that we can discuss this like important. This is why the people come to the podcast, It's riveting. They're like, I hope Jen will bring on somebody who's got time to spare to talk about beans and pickles. I'm your girl. I got you. Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay. Can you please tell me a little bit about your on-ramp to writing? This is, of course, for me as a fellow writer, different genre, but all the writing is endlessly interesting and fascinating. I'm one of those people who did not know in my young years I was going to be a writer. Like that wasn't my North Star. I wasn't sure. I found it later. But then I talked to other writers sometimes who are like, I knew I was going to be a novelist in kindergarten. So I'd love to hear you talk about this was what writing and books meant to me growing up. And when you started like thinking I might grab onto the bottom rung of this ladder.
It's such a long story.
Great.
So I am both of those things. I learned to read and write in the same year of first grade, and it was like keys to the castle. I was the classic nerdy kid, read all the books in my elementary school library, wrote a million stories that were all like, once there was a stick of gum.
Totally.
Nobody wanted to chew him and he was sad, whatever. A billion. And I said I wanted to be a writer. I was led to believe that was like saying you wanted to play pro basketball.
Sure.
Like nobody's a writer.
Of course.
That's not really a thing. If it is a thing, certainly it's not for you.
That's right.
And I was kind of, because I was like nerdy and like Latin, whatever, the worst kind of annoying, nerdy, brainy kid, I was steered into academia. Like I went to grad school to get a PhD in comp lit, in case.
Oh, wow.
In
Highbrow.
case you have an emergency while we're talking, I'm a doctor of comp lit. So,
amazing.
if you need anything.
Yes.
And then I was so broke getting my graduate degree that a friend of mine who was working at a magazine was like, hey, I'd pay you $500 to write about like birdhouses you can make from stuff you have at home. And I was like, $500? Like,
it's a fortune.
I hadn't seen, I was waitressing, I was teaching, I was doing so many things, scraping along. $500, I was like, I got this.
And what was the subject again? It was so random.
Birdhouses.
That's what I thought you said.
That you can make from stuff like a coconut shell with cat ears, and the birds go in its mouth, stuff like that.
That must have been a hole in the market, Somebody has to write that.
It was just waiting for me.
Yeah, yes.
I became like a total writing for money whore. I couldn't believe you could write for money.
Right.
It was so intoxicating to me. And I started writing everything I could for money. And I did this until last year. I wrote every single thing that someone asked me to write,
Amazing.
if they would pay me for it. And it didn't really matter what they would pay me for it. And I wrote everybody's alumni magazines, and I wrote advertorial copy for websites, and I wrote really like great stuff. I wrote the etiquette column for Real Simple magazine for 10 years, like a billion different things. And here I am.
Oh my gosh.
I skipped some of the other parts about like, then I wrote a novel.
Let's hear about that.
Yeah,
like,
no, I mean that.
Did you always want to be a novelist?
Of course.
Okay.
Because like, I did. I didn't think I would be though.
Sure. Who does?
I made a couple New Year's resolutions that were like, write a novel, and didn't do it. And then my best friend died of ovarian cancer 10 years ago. And I thought, oh, if I write about this, the only way I'm going to be able to tell this story is if I write a novel in which the main character experiences her grief and love by sleeping with a bunch of inappropriate people, which is what I wrote. Because memoir wasn't going to get it done. That's how I felt. I felt like what I needed was to make up this story to demonstrate this blown openness. And I'd read enough novels that I knew novels were the tool for the job.
Wow. And that was 8 years ago?
It was 2020.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I wrote most of it over the first winter of the pandemic.
Oh, boy.
I know because I just finished your book, so much of which takes place during that time.
Yeah.
I know you know the absolute, like, things happening that couldn't happen under normal timesness of it.
I think we'll be talking about that for so long. I think decades we'll be unpacking the pandemic and its effect on everything, including our careers and our work and what a bunch of people did when they were stuck in their homes for months on end. Well, I guess they wrote a novel.
Apparently. Yeah, I know.
Let's talk about how your life looks different now. You've really gone into the kind of writing that you wanted to, the kind that brings you like joy, and like that is just that creative flow that is hard to explain. But
yes, I mean, I'm so superstitious. I have a foot in the door always of like going back to writing everyone's alumni mag. Like if somebody reaches out and they're like, hey, you want to write this story about this like Connecticut college alum who, donated part of his kidney to another Connecticut college alum. I'm like, I don't, but like, thank you so much for thinking of me. I'm not like, stop writing to me.
I got it.
I'm like, I'm so superstitious. Yeah. I say to Michael sometimes, and I'm not kidding when I say it, I say, if I end up waitressing again, ...
Yeah.
And he'll be like, okay, hon.
Yeah, I think we're north of that, but like, you just hang on to whatever makes you feel okay.
I am really like the idea that and maybe this speaks to you. It's almost like it's like I've been trained so much in the idea of hubris, this idea that if you think too highly of yourself, you're going to really suffer. You're going to look back and be like, why didn't I write that piece about the kidney donation? But in the meantime, in this time before I'm writing that piece again or waitressing, I have this little bit of space where I'm not hustling.
Yeah.
Like I'm not hustling. It's too good. I can't speak of it. I will be punished.
I'm so happy for you.
Thanks,
I'm so happy for you.
Best response.
I just am. I'm so glad. In my opinion, I don't see you holding a tray of drinks ever again. I really don't. I don't think that's going to be your future. And we're going to hold it loosely, but I think you've made it. I think you've made it over the hump. And it's so, writing is such a, it's just, writers just have to write. What else are we going to do? You know, I'm good at nothing else. I don't have any other skill sets. I really don't.
What about the cooking and the pickles?
Okay, you're so right. I pickled red onions this morning. So you are right. I could have
Money
a career in
in
pickling.
bank. I mean, come
Thanks.
on.
Okay, I appreciate you saying that. Like, you're right. There's some side possibilities for my life as well, but to be able to make a living doing not just writing, but like the kind of writing that you want to do is it still feels special to me. It
Yeah.
still feels like a shock,
Right?
that when people read what you write and then they say, I like those words, it's shocking. I don't know if I'll ever get over it. And I've written a lot of books.
I know you have.
So
Yeah, same. Full disclosure, I do still have my college secretary job. I just don't want anyone to think I'm like so high and mighty. I am the
Yes.
secretary of the creative writing department at Amherst College. And people write to me and they're like, "Are you the director of that department?" And I'm like, I am not.
Listen, just in case anybody did not think you were checking your hubris, you included that detail. Everybody relax. I'm still doing calendaring for the department. Okay.
Literally. Thank you.
I'd love to talk about sandwich. Let's talk about the structure first. When or how, okay, I have like 3 questions that are trying to get out all at the same time. Let me pick this one. Okay. One family, one house, 1 week. That's I love structure. I'm obsessed. Give me like an interesting structure and we can just hang the meat on the bones. And I love this one.
Yeah.
So where did that come first? What came first?
I just wrote hang the meat on the bones. I don't know that expression, but
Oh, it's gross. I'm Texan. You know, like,
no,
feels-
I felt it.
Okay.
I knew what it meant. I really love that. You know, I read this thing once. Carolyn Shute, this novelist from like the 1980s, she wrote The Beans of Egypt, Maine, which I read when I was 15. I was like, what an amazing book. She once said in an interview that she gathers ornaments, and when she sits down to write a novel, she just needs the tree to hang them on.
oh, that's good.
And that's how I write.
That's so great.
So I have all the stuff first.
Meaning, when you say the
I have-
stuff,
I have 100 pages of things written down
oh, yeah. Okay.
that are drunk frat boys on the beach talking about a koi pond. I have every hilarious thing my daughter says. I have the crazy shit my dad says all the time. Like, I have a million pages of notes of things. For this book, I had years of Cape Cod. Like, we would go every summer. I would sit on the beach and I would just write stuff down, write the sky, the clouds, the weather. So I have all that first. And then I have to shake it to like, like it's a magic 8-ball and see what the story is it wants to tell. And that for me, and I had a bullet point list of menopause symptoms that I added to like daily. You know, I was like,
Of
my
course.
vagina fell out. You know,
Wow.
I dragged it around on a string behind me, like whatever. All the horrible, horrible things, the sweating, the rage, all of it. So I had a bunch of stuff, and a lot of it seemed like it was nostalgia. That I would go be in this house that we'd always rented with my grown kids and remember every summer before that.
Can you?
And then 1 week is an easier time structure to manage than like
I like
25
that.
years.
I
Yeah.
like the concentrated time frame. I feel like a lot of the books, there's a place for every sort of structure, but I'm reading big, sweeping, generational, decades long, and it's a little bit more sometimes that is work to keep following along and keep remembering, oh, they're 15 years older than the last chapter or whatever. And so I like a tight 1 week snapshot of life because I feel like how I live. So I just dropped right into your novel, just right in, like I was the neighbor. Like I was just looking in the windows going, I get your deal. I know what's going on over there.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I wonder, even as you're saying that, I hadn't really thought about this, but like, I checked that book, Wolf Hall, out of the library. A bunch of people recommended it. It's Hilary Mandel.
Yeah.
Don't know because didn't read it. I stood in the lobby of the library. I opened it. There was a family tree that went on for like 50 pages.
This is what I'm trying to say.
I closed it and gave it back to the person at Circulations. I was like, I already can't follow it.
I am so tickled because literally that is what I mean. Maybe the last 3 out of 5 books I've read have a really complicated map at the beginning. Do you know what I mean? And
I know
everything's labeled with inlets, and I'm like, oh, I'm already overwhelmed.
I'm already lost. I know. Yes.
Yeah.
Same.
Sometimes I just like to be like, I know you from Sunday to Saturday. I love that. I love that for us. Also, let's talk about your characters. Because you are picking up slices of your own life, clearly, and putting them in this soup pot. And so much of the landscape is going to be familiar, and the family dynamic of the family too, because that's sort of your age range. How did you discover and find the characters individually? Because then they're their own people. You've just made them up out of your brain. And so do they sort of come to you fully formed? Are they an amalgamation of people that are real? Did you have to start writing them to learn about them? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I'm immediately like, yikes, because they're really, really close to the people in my life.
Very close to being autobiographical.
Very close. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. My kids had a conversation after they both read it. And my son was like, oh my God, those characters are so comically me and Birdie, only they're having more sex than us. This is annoying. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wrote this during a fallow period of your young lives.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh. How did they feel about being closely represented in your characters on the page?
I mean, they claimed to love this book. My son doesn't even really read, so the fact that he read it just killed me. I think it's such a love letter to them, and I don't think that was lost on them. Like, if any, Rocky's so in love with her kids.
Yes.
She's so in love with her parents. She's so in love with her husband, even though he drives her crazy. Like, so I think they just got it. And it's fictionalized enough that I don't think they felt super, like, exposed in some weird way. But the kids, in a way, are always perfect. I mean, they're however they are, but they're not the problem. Like, Rocky's the problem.
Yeah. That's true. There's so many storylines in here that I loved and that I appreciated and that I related to. I mean, obviously, with Rocky and her position in the family, and this idea of being in the sandwich generation is literally where we are. We've got the young adult children. My parents are in their 70s, but like kind of vibrant. And did you ever read Kelly Corrigan's book, The Middle Place?
No, but it's
please make haste.
You're like the second person in a week. You know when that happens?
Oh, then you have to read it. It's
right?
One of my favorite memoirs of all time. And she's such a brilliant writer.
Oh, I know. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's so good that it like hurts my feelings. Do you know what I mean?
Same.
Yeah.
Yes.
but that was my introduction to her. But this idea of the middle place, where the parents are vibrant, the kids are in this fun, but it's beautiful, but also it's starting to pull in both ways.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear you talk a little bit about the emotional weight of being right there in the sandwich generation in the middle place,
Yeah.
maybe in your own life, and then
Totally.
how you wanted that to read.
Oh, yeah. I really appreciate that, the way you asked me that, because sometimes, not that it's never this, by the way, because it is, but I feel sometimes like the assumption, maybe this is from people who haven't actually read the book, is that Rocky feels very put upon by
Mm,
her role as caretaking
mm,
both her parents and her kids, and it's very challenging, obviously, in all the ways we've already spoken of. But I actually feel like it's a book about the way she feels like it's so like blessed and
yes.
precarious,
Yeah.
that she just doesn't want anything to change ever. She
Mm,
just can't spare anybody.
mm,
Which is how I
mm,
feel all the time.
mm,
My dad is 93,
yeah.
um,
Mm,
and is still like the funniest, smartest person I know.
mm-hmm,
And my mom is in her late 80s and has a lot going on. And
mm.
um, so I think for me, and of all things, if you want to hear the sandwichiest, craziest thing,
I
my
do.
my 22-year-old daughter just moved in with them. So
Wow.
talk about a thing. I can just wake up and burst into tears.
Wow.
And it's because of that. And I don't even have a thing to say about it. I just can hardly deal with
Wow.
the like beauty of that
Mm-hmm.
and the fragileness of it. Um and my dad just said, we were just there over the weekend, and my dad said, Birdie moving in with us is one of the great joys of my entire life.
Jeez.
Can you
No, I
even?
that put a lump in my throat.
I So talk about sandwich. I'm the filling that's like slowly
Wow.
extracting itself. I'm like, great, the bread and the
Oh
bread.
gosh.
Nobody even needs, like, I'm the bologna creeping out the
Mm.
back door while the sandwich takes care of itself. Like
Wow.
an incredible system. Um, so anyway,
Wow, that is
preempt
so special.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And preemptive grief is my genre. I'm trying not to live
Yeah.
my whole life there
Mm.
because this moment now,
Yeah.
but geez,
Wow.
I know. And I feel like you and I have that, we so have in common I mean, Awake is so about this,
Mm-hmm.
about just kicking yourself
Mm.
not to miss the beauty in front of you because you're
Totally.
sad or you're
Yeah.
worried or, just to, like, you have that scene. Wait,
Mm.
I, can I read to you from your own book?
Yes.
Okay. This is, I bookmarked it.
Okay.
This is when you're in Colorado with your kids.
Mm.
We cry, which is honest and true. We laugh, which feels like a bona fide miracle. I keep touching their skin,
Mm.
staring at their faces when they aren't looking. I'm like crying. I'm wearing not waterproof mascara.
Mm.
I listen to them laugh and talk trash while we play spades. I study their body language and watch them walk side by side in front of me.
Mm.
I pay attention like it is my gainful job.
Mm.
I see them being them. There they are. Here we are. We are ourselves. Here's our little family acting like we do. We have each other and we are still here. We are okay. We are going to be okay. I decide to wake up and live. Like that
Mm.
is like, I feel like that's that call to presence where you don't want to be so caught up in what you might lose that you lose everything.
Totally.
And it's like the work of a lifetime.
It really is. I have a million things I want to talk about that, because it's such an interesting. I've led women for a lot of years. And so I started being out here on Front Street when my kids were littler, way littler. I mean, we were in elementary school, and we're in that stage of life. And it was just such a gauntlet. I mean, of course, I had 5 of them. So it was just like, it was the definition of insanity, just we were in 2 or 3 different schools at all times, it was mad, it was mayhem. And that season of my life felt like, well, I thought it might never end. I thought, I'm going to die in elementary school. This is where it ends for me. Somewhere around 4th or 5th grade, like for the 6th time.
While you're decorating the Valentine's Day.
That's exactly right. While I'm jetting between 2 Valentine's Day parties, trying to like make it before one. Right. And so, it was such a season of nonstop needs and activity and movement and motion and words and bodies and then then all the friends between the ones that I have and the ones that they have. It's a zillion people in my home for like 15 years. And so for me, I all of a sudden felt that like squeezy, grippy, panicked, oh my God, this is going too fast later when they started launching.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, there they go. And now in young adulthood, I feel way more squeezy. And I know a lot of women feel opposite. They were really, really sad to see early childhood go.
Oh.
And I was not that person. Where are you in the spectrum?
It's so funny. I have a friend with 4 kids who I was just talking to, and she was like, I have thought you were crazy until now with all your like nostalgia and whatever. And she was like, let's just get them alive to the finish line, folks, And now her very last kid is home. Just him of the 4, and she's like crying all the time. Yep. And I told her that Michael and I went camping, just the 2 of us, and she bent at the waist and burst into tears.
Oh boy.
She was like, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Jeez.
Like, she was
like how depressing.
Yeah. She was like, I feel so sorry for you. What did you play, Scrabble? And I was like, God. We literally played Scrabble.
I'm dead.
Like literally by candlelight played Scrabble.
Like she's in tears.
And she's just like, that's so sad. And it is so,
oh my gosh.
I can't, like, you remember, I mean, I can't imagine with 5, even with 2, when they were teenagers, I would wake up and there would be so many shoes inside my front door because the rule was if kids were coming over and they were doing whatever they were doing, no one could leave again.
Got it.
Right?
Yep.
They had to spend the night.
Yep.
Don't know what they were doing. I'm sure it was all very wholesome.
I'm sure that it was. That's
right.
That's why all the windows were open. Yeah, it's fine.
We could hear them on the golf course next door laughing in the night. But I would just see this pile of like 30 pairs of shoes, and I would feel this swelling feeling of joy.
Yeah.
Like I loved it. I would like be like, who's still here? Try to identify the shoes. And now it's just like my shoes and Michael's shoes. I'm so nostalgic. I just remembered when these friends of ours, when our kids were first like 3 and 4, our friend's kid sat in her lap and said, your body used to make milk for me and now it just makes poop and pee. And that's what I feel like. I'm like, I used to be this person with a house full of like kids who I was feeding. Yeah. And now I'm like playing Scrabble at a campsite.
That's right.
So depressing. But anyway, it's not that bad, actually. We're getting the hang of it.
Oh.
Hang of
Do your kids live nearby?
They both live in New York City, which is
Okay.
crazy to me.
Yes.
And we live about 3 hours from them,
Okay.
but
It's not super
we can drive
close.
3 hours and see them and my parents.
I see. Okay.
So
This is a really good argument for you needing an apartment there. And now that everybody's reading your books and you're no longer writing for the mechanical pamphlets and instructional manuals, I'm just saying consider it. Just consider it. One of my girlfriends' kids had gotten up until like the elementary age, so that she had been like also grieving the passage of time, and she was stepping out of the shower and her kid said, "Mom, when are my boobs going to be long like yours?" You know, it just all starts to slide off the tracks. Long. I mean, where's the lie?
Right.
Let's talk about bodies for a second, because I read a lot like you do, and I do not have a shelf of books in which I feel like a novelist has paid attention to and included in the storyline and in the character's development a lot about menopause and about what's going on at this particular like stage of our life. And it's kind of felt lonely, to be honest. I did not even understand it. My body was starting to go into menopause, and I am Googling my symptoms. I thought I was pregnant. I'm old. I'm not pregnant. Nothing in here is going to do that anymore. That's how dumb I was about it. Like, but where'd my period go? The last time I didn't have one, I had a baby. And so I felt like I was unprepared. And so thus I also see a bit of a lack of representation everywhere, but certainly in fiction. So I loved that we got to walk with Rocky through her stuff. I'm like, that's just facts. That's like a medical journal. That's just like facts. So I'd like to hear you talk about Rocky and her body, and because you don't shy away from any of it, not aging, not sex. You put it all in there because it is all in there. That's real. And there's a line, let me find it, where Rocky says something like, "I feel invisible and also too visible." And I'm like, oh God, I'm going to chew on that. So can you just talk about her and this and your decision to portray her so accurately?
Thank you for that. And yeah, I wanted the book to be, it was funny, my first elevator pitch on my agent was like, "Could you stop saying that?" I was like, "It's a book about reproductive mayhem." That's what I felt like. I was just
Yeah.
like I wanted to write about how even though you're on vacation,
Yeah.
your body comes with you. It is never brain in a jar on vacation.
That's right.
So all of the years over decades that I was going to Cape Cod with my family, I also was inhabiting this body in various of its like reproductive phases. And it was always a big part of my experience, even if it was just personal to me. So I had wanted to kind of write about that. And then because I was experiencing so many menopause symptoms, that's Rocky's present, is the menopause symptoms. And I felt, I always feel, and I know you're the same, that I could feel it reading Awake, that what you want is for somebody to read Awake and say to themselves, "Oh my God, thank God I'm not alone.
Yes.
It's not just me." And I feel that too, like that way of, like, if anybody puts that book down sandwich and is like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy to know that other people's like vaginas blew away,"
That's
or
right.
whatever, I feel like, okay, that's pretty much the best I could hope for. So I guess just that. And that same as you were at, like, how did I not know this stuff? I thought menopause really was the cessation of your period.
Same.
Like it was a train you got on when you were 12 and then you just stepped off of it
Totally.
when you were 50. Like not that you stepped off this train and entered this like hellscape.
No, I didn't either. My mom didn't talk about any of this.
Nobody told me anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is that?
How is that? It's so, of course, it is in the zeitgeist right now.
Oh,
and I'm
God.
so,
Totally, which is great.
It is. It's so great. Like our daughters are going to be, they're going to have this completely in hand by the time they get here. Like prepared, aware, educated. Hopefully healthcare has evolved around women's health by then. I mean, our doctors are still like dum-dums about this.
And I'm still like not sure about hormone therapy. Like it's so weird still.
It is weird, but we've pulled it from this marginal conversation into the center of the bullseye, which is so exciting. And I'm so hopeful for the girls behind us who are going to be like, God, we've been hearing these big sisters of ours talk about it forever. We're prepared.
Totally.
But your work is a part of that. Like I put sandwich in that body of work, which is going, this is how this is finding representation in like all the strata, literature being one of them. So listen, I'm so happy that this book is in my book club. I'm so
happy too. I'm so happy I got to talk to you. I'm so like, I just realized I just for the first time looked at the clock and was like, no.
Oh, I have a zillion questions I didn't get to because this was so fun to talk to you and we just followed our trails. That's how it goes. That's how it goes when you're talking to somebody you really like. You just follow the trails. I want to ask you this though. I would just love to hear you say, with all the hubris that you can muster, how has it felt like having this level of like amazing positive attention and affirmation on this book? It's had, okay, I'm not going to lead the witness. How has it been for you?
It has been really great. It just has. It's been, even with all my weirdness, and I did, before I stopped reading the Goodreads reviews for Sandwich, somebody did call the book grinding and plotless. It was a 3-word review, and I loved it so much. Like this is the slow drip of like shame and hubris for me. Like I want that on my tombstone.
Sure.
Grinding and
Plotless.
I was like, tell me about it. Like, yeah, you only had to read about it. Like this is my actual like.
I'm dying.
But it's mostly just been a total joy.
Yeah.
It really has. Like it's what you're doing for a living. It's connecting.
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
It is.
Like it's connecting. That's what you're doing. Like paying attention and connecting.
Yeah.
Like what could be better?
Nothing. And when you pick up a storyline straight out of real life, you really don't have to add anything to it. You could probably just set up a tape recorder in your own home and have a novel at the end of it. I love that. I love that kind of book. I have to suspend nothing. I don't have to suspend disbelief. I'm like, this just feels like the truest fake story I've ever read. And it's
the next book will be Rocky getting a pied-à-terre in New York and then something terrible happening to her.
Okay. Well, you know what? Can you tell us about the next book? Because you started out the interview by saying, I'm in a thing. Oh, God, it's in your hand.
October 28th.
I can't see. Can you tell me what that, oh my gosh. Look at that great cover.
It's called Wreck, and it has a horror movie cover, which I love.
I do too.
And it's more Rocky doing more like dull middle-aged things.
Is there a piece of it that you can tease us with? Like this is the tell us.
It's two. I still don't have an elevator pitch.
Sure.
This is my first this of it.
Uh-huh.
It's two things. It's Rocky getting a weird rash, and that turns into this diagnostic like universe where every minute she's in her portal, where you find, the portal, the medical portal.
Of course, I know it.
Where you find
I
out,
literally
like,
have it saved as a tab.
Same.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I already died. I found out in the portal.
Sure.
Whatever. So it's this unfolding medical mystery, and she's also tracking this weird accident that has happened in her hometown, where a kid that her kids went to high school with dies in a car accident, and she becomes like totally obsessed with this story.
Oh, interesting.
In a kind of weird internet-y way, and then it turns out to be a little closer to her family than she had understood. It's very small. The plot is small, but her dad is living with them, and
hooray! Thank
I know.
goodness.
I'm gonna send it to you. I have arcs now.
Send me one. Thank goodness. I'm so happy we're not done with the family. Like, marvelous. Let's pick up where we left off. I love this, and I like your one-word titles. Is that gonna be ubiquitous for you, or has it just worked out 1-2 like that?
I don't know.
We'll see.
My first book was called We All Want Impossible Things, which was a very long title.
Yes.
Yeah, the next book will be called Pied à Terre.
Yeah, I like this so much.
And it's just Rocky and an air conditioner falls on her. It's 1 page long.
That's right.
And that's it.
It's what they call a short story. Listen, my last trade book, which came out in 2020, God help everyone. Me, the readers, the general public, the bookstore owners, the sales team, because it was called Fierce, Free, and Full of Fire. And I told my team, if anybody lets me get away with a title like that again, everyone's fired. Everyone is fired. You're out of a job. Like, what in the world? First of all, it's no mystery that I like alliteration, but geez. So thus, my newest trade book has Awake. I mean, I really shrunk it down. I'm like, we're going one word, people. That's good. It. Let's find it.
Beautiful too.
I know.
Beautiful.
I love the cover so much. It's my favorite cover I've ever had.
It's so gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for this fun conversation. I feel like we could have gone on for 4 hours.
Same.
I didn't even get to anything. I had all these things I wanted to ask you about the actual book, but this is what everybody gets. I think we've teased it enough that people who have not read it yet are be like, well, shit, let's find out what they're talking about.
I'm not worried.
Go in and get it. And, I'm just at the front edge of having the book in my book clubs. It's this month. And so they've all just kind of gotten it, and everybody's starting to read it, and it's murmuring in the group. Everybody's about our age. My book club is S. It's our age group.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, oh my gosh, it is buzzy in there. So thank you for giving us a book that made us all feel so seen and so relatable, and it's fantastic. And I'm thrilled about it. Last question, because I just would love it. You maybe haven't had time to do this because you've been writing and editing, but I'd love to hear anything that you're reading lately that you love. Any great recs, anything that you're like, oh, this is one to put in the repertoire, or it could be an old favorite, either way.
Oh my God. I always panic about the book recs because I read so much and I read so many incredible books. So I'm gonna tease Lily King's new book.
Okay.
Are you a Lily King fan?
I guess I'm not.
Oh my God.
I should be immediately.
Okay, first you should read Writers and Lovers.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down. Okay.
Oh, I just saw my cat washing her bum in the background. And she has a new book coming out, I think also in October, called Heart the Lover.
Oh my gosh, I saw this cover. I saw this cover on an anticipated book list.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I just completely loved it. She's one of those writers who can hold multiple truths. She can, which I think is the job of middle age, is to
So real.
hold everything without tipping one way or the other or making a decision that cuts you off from things. She just holds it all. It is so beautiful.
Okay. I just ordered it.
Okay, good.
Okay. In the time that you were giving me her resume, I have ordered the book.
Okay, good.
Fantastic. And so her new one comes out this fall.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can't wait. I'm just making sure this is getting sent to me, and it is. Okay. That's perfect. Do you have any other recommendations, or are we just going to stop right there with Lily King?
I'm going to stop right there.
Okay. Also,
do you have one for me, or you can't because this is your book club?
no, I can. But what happens when does this ever true for you? Like when you're on an interview and somebody asks you about what you've read lately that you love, and your brain goes so blank, it's as if you've never read a book in your life. In your life.
If you have read a book, you don't know what it's called.
That is completely true. I will tell you, because I'm in here. I just ordered all this stuff. My oldest son is about to give me a baby. And so my Amazon, my list of...
Buried the lead.
I did. I know. We're like 5 weeks out. I'm freaked out. I'm so freaked out. So anyway, all my order history everywhere is just endless and obscene. It's embarrassing. I'm reading a book right now that my friend recommended called Wild Dark Shore. And
I had it out of the library and had to return it.
Oh my gosh, it is captivating.
Okay. I wrote it down.
Like Wade set on this remote, uninhabitable, practically island by Antarctica. It's just, it's so outside of our life that you just kind of go, wow. And then I also just ordered The River's Waiting by Wally Lamb, who is just, writer of writers. So I'm going to find out about that one.
Okay. All right. I wrote everything down.
Okay, great. Here we are. Okay. Please have a nice day.
You too, Jen. Have a nice day.
So glad you were here. All right, you guys. Thank you for being here. Wasn't that fun? Isn't she fun? If you go over to jenhatmaker.com under the podcast tab, I'm going to have everything about this episode. So I'll have links to Catherine's book and everything about her. So you can get that a one-stop shop. You can also leave a message for us. There's a send voicemail button, and you can say anything you want to say. Like, this is what I've read that book and I loved it, or this is something I thought about your conversation, or I want to add to, something you said with my own thing. So we love those. We listen to every single one, and then we round up a bunch of those and make listener submitted voicemails one whole episode. So you may end up on the show, you guys. Also, thank you for listening. If you haven't already subscribed to the podcast, do it. That'll take you less than 5 seconds. So like wherever you just listen to podcasts and you pull up For the Love, you hit whatever it is on that particular platform, follow or add or the plus sign, and that's it. That means that the show is going to be automatically populated into your library, your audio library there on that platform, and you'll never miss an episode. They'll just be there for you whenever you're ready to listen. So thank you for subscribing. It means a ton to the show, and we love you. Love bringing you these amazing conversations week after week. It's just probably the happiest thing that I do. All right, you guys. See you next week.